Good morning, everyone. So, before I introduce our topic, I would like to introduce myself first. I am Kate Danica Duenas, and today we will tackle about the trends and issues of teaching learner with difficulty remembering and focusing. Prevalence of learning disability and ADHD. When we say prevalence, it means that it is the proportion of population who have a specific characteristic in a given time period. Attention deficit hyperactivity disorder or ADHD is highly prevalent in children worldwide and its prevalence in adults is increasingly recognized. Prevalence of ADHD in primary school children. As you can see in the pie graph, out of 635 children studied, 72 children were found to have ADHD based on the CAR scores as per the teacher's rating. Prevalence of ADHD among the primary school children was 11.33% as shown in the pie graph. Next is the age-wise stratification of ADHD. So this is the distribution of ADHD among different age groups. So as you can see in the table, the children with ADHD were also stratified on the basis of their age into 6 groups. The prevalence rate in each age group was identified, which is shown in the table and the graph beside. The prevalence of ADHD was found to be highest among the children of age 9 and 10 years. Next is the gender difference. The pie graph shows the prevalence of ADHD in males and females. ADHD was more prevalent in the males than in the females. The total number of males selected were 324 and 48 of them had ADHD. The prevalence of ADHD in the males was 14.81%. Total number of females selected were 311 and 24 among them had ADHD. The prevalence of ADHD in females was 7.71%. Among the 72 children identified as having ADHD is 66.7%, which 48 were males and 33.3%, which 24 were females. So further information about our topic, Ms. Yasa Villahermosa will continue the discussion.
Good morning to each one of us here, especially to our active and good-looking professor, Mr. Butcon. Good morning, sir. Before I will start, let me ask you the following, but I want you to answer this silently. Are you organized? Do you make careless mistakes? Do you tend to get bored easily? If most of your answer is yes, then you must listen to my report for you to have an idea of the results of your answers. I am tasked to report about learning disabilities, focusing on ADD and ADHD and their symptoms for our awareness. So what is learning disability? The term learning disabilities or LD, also called as learning differences, is used to describe a group of disorders that affect how someone learns. You may have difficulty in reading, writing, mathematics, listening, and speaking. There is usually a large difference between what is expected based on your intelligence and your actual performance. For example, a pupil in fifth grade still don't know how to read because she lacks the skill to produce the correct sounds of the letters. Even if the teachers from grade 1, 2, 3, and 4 are always reminding and teaching him or her on how to read, but he or she still don't know how to read. It is now called a learning disability. This simply means that the child doesn't have the skill in remembering. Another common learning disability is written language and math disabilities. Now let's proceed to ADHD. So what is ADHD? ADHD means attention deficit hyperactivity disorder. This is one of the most common mental disorders among children, affecting an estimated 3 to 5% of the population aged 0 to 14 years in the Philippines. Is ADHD associated with learning disabilities? Although ADHD is not considered a learning disability, research indicates that from 30 to 50% of children with ADHD also have a specific learning disability, and the two conditions can interact to make learning extremely challenging. So, there are two main symptoms of ADHD. The first one is inattention. So, mga na example sa inattention. So, which includes behaviors such as being easily disorganized, lost, and forgetful. Students with concentration difficulty or inattention at school fails to give close attention details, makes careless mistakes, has troubles holding attention, does not seem does not seem to listen when spoken to directly, does not follow through on instruction, fails to finish schoolwork, has difficulties in organizing tasks or activities, dislike to do tasks that requires mental effort over a long period, loss with things necessary for a task or activity. So the next one is hyperactivity or impulsivity. So mga na examples nila no sa mga bata nga hyperactivity, hyper. So means behaviors like reacting without reflection, having difficulty sitting still, or having difficulty waiting for a turn. Physically restless, fidget with one top hand seats, leave seats like leaves their seat in a situation where teacher expects remaining seated, runs about or climb in situations where it is not appropriate, difficulty doing quiet activities, can sit down for a long time, talks excessively, difficulty waiting turns, blurts out answer before question is completed, acts as if driven by a motor, always on the go, interrupt others, seems to be in a constant motion, runs or climbs at times with no apparent goal except motion. Such sudden and thoughtless behaviors frequently interrupt others. Sample situations on how to deal ADHD students in classroom. Establish rules and routines. For example, instead of saying no messing around when you come into class, say something like, when you come into class, sit straight down, make routines and stick to them. This can help students with ADHD to stay on task and reduce distracting changes. So, to easily understand the two disabilities, I have a table here. So ADD is an acronym for Attention Deficit Disorder, now referred to as ADHD predominantly inattentive type, not characterized by hyperactivity. Child may appear shy, reserved, and calm. While ADHD is an acronym for Attention Deficit Hyperactivity Disorder, has two symptoms: inattentive ADHD, hyperactive, or impulsive ADHD, characterized by hyperactivity. Child will be highly energetic and active. So, as a future teachers, we should not be judgmental or manghusga dayon ta. We have to consider everything before giving the child a hands up as if you cannot help them. We have to listen with empathy. As long as that learners are in our hands, we have to do everything for them to feel that they are loved by us, and that will lead them to be successful with their studies, and you are part of their success, not for their failure. For I believe in the saying that goes, it is literally true that you can succeed best and quickest by helping others to succeed. For everyone has his own battle in their life. Let's help one another. Well, that is all I have for today. Thank you for listening, and once again, good morning. And the next reporter is Diane May Atilio.
Good morning, Sir Bukton. Good morning, everyone. Once again, I will introduce myself. My name is Diane Mayatulu. So today I will be tackle about support services and the three types of support services. Support services for students with learning disability and ADHD. Support services are crucial as well for the success of the program. Support services typically provided to students with disabilities are educational accommodations to support performance in reading, writing, mathematics, time management, and completing exams. There are educational interventions that aim to provide instructions in specific academic content area, skills like training and method to organize course materials and tasks, how to study for tests, how to take notes, and providing ongoing support coaching in implementing strategies or practicing newly learned academic skills. So there are variety support services that can support students with learning disability and ADHD. These services can vary depending on the needs of the individual student, but may include things like academic accommodations, counseling, and tutor. So there are three types of support services. So there are three types of support services, which are the tutoring, coaching, academic advising. The first one is tutoring. The students given opportunity to avail of individual or small group tutoring services on as-needed basis. So this is nakipakita nga ka ng short clip. So this is the short clip example of tutoring that has autism spectrum disorder.
Yay! Good job! 2, 3. Last one. Yay! Awesome!
The second one is coaching. The students were given an access to coaching center on as-needed basis. ADHD coaching is a service that has gained increasing interest as an intervention that may help individuals improve their executive functioning skills and enhance their self-regulations. Like kani ako ipakita nga short clip video nga na ay autism spectrum disorder na student nga gi-coach siya sa isa ka SPED teacher.
3, 4. Last one. And 1. Yay! Amazing. 2, 3, 4, 5. Yay! 5 orange pen.
Last one is academic advising. The students were invited to attend weekly academic to reflect their assigned advisors. So academic skills advisors could also be ready to help students with ADHD learn or relearn how to appropriately take notes and study. So advising students with any mental issue is likely to be deeply personal experience. It can be daunting to try and help a student who is struggling with or working through something that the advisor may or may not understand intuitively.